Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, or welcome in if you're new. Thank y'all for being here so much. Boy, do we need a big breath of fresh air right now or what? Yeah, you know what, no matter what side you might sit on right now, there's a whole lot going on in the world. You know, Pluto and Uranus are big players right now. Today here at the Lair, it is the 14th of November 2024. We're right in the middle of the station energy of Saturn to go direct. And you know, Saturn is the planet of crystallization and karmic realization and bringing things from the ether to the earth. So that's kind of a heavy duty momentum setter for the energetics right now, along with a huge full moon in Taurus. And let's see if I just want to say one note about the Taurus energy. You know, it's an earth sign. It's about your foundations. It is related to breakthroughs and realizations. There you go. And look, also the Saturn energy is also asking us, you know, we've been put through a lot in the last several months. Have we learned the lessons? Hey, are we passing the test? We're about to find out. So look, also what I want to note, huge directive on this channel, if you've not been here before, is the importance of centering ourselves and determining on purpose what part of the collective energy that we want to play. You know, which energies do we want to meld into? So my point here is, if you see anything out in the world right now that is wholly disturbing to you, your best measure that you can make is to really align yourself with your joy and not to add into the vibration of what you do not desire, or what makes you sad or angry, or you know. Okay, so it may be a huge challenge right about now, but you know what, on this channel we've been working on this for months, and hopefully you kind of gotten the gist of how to flip your switch when you're finding yourself in a sea of emotional disturbance. Okay, because that's the only way that we can contribute in a healthy way to the collective energy and make a change in it. All right, so excuse me, let's get to it. Now, this is a Grace card deck. I did pre-shuffle it, but I feel the need to shuffle one more time. I'm going to pull just a couple of cards to dial in on the current energy and just see where we're at right now. And I also do have the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck right here with me. We'll pull an Oracle card or two and see if we can have a companion with our Grace cards, or even a confirmation. Thanks for being here, y'all. Let's get to it. Let's see what the Grace cards can tell us about how we can, you know, do that job a little bit more efficiently of aligning ourselves with something that's more harmonious to us, and pulling our focus away from what disturbs us, and purposefully align our attention to what we want to see in this life for ourselves and for our world. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so this is, hello, thank you, Grace cards. Mirror. Mirror. Say om, not om. Okay, learn to see God's presence in everyone you meet. Let me tell you something. Oh my gosh, that changes the scenario. Talk about erasing animosity and lowering your frustration quotient. When we realize that we are all a part of one entity, we're all made up of the same matter, we tend to soften ourselves just a little bit, which is a big, huge blessing in our world. It creates receptivity in our vibration for the better things, for more stable things, more happier things, more congenial interactions with other people. We tend to default to kind of throwing our arrow and assuming that our arrow is the only right arrow. But we all are a part of one big system, and if we can learn to temper our own aggressions and temper our own judgments just a little bit, to remember that every single person alive on this planet right now matters in some form or fashion. And I know I know sometimes it's like, what are you talking about? Like, I am not computing any of that. But the truth is that we gotta just chill out a little bit, because I'm going to tell you, there's a premise, there's a law, and it is in the law of attraction. It's like, you cannot continually swipe at something and expect it to stay in your vicinity. You cannot get the dream if you're constantly overly attached and over gripping energetically to these things that you want and you need. Okay, so I think collectively we all have been in hyper grip, trying to sway the powers that be to make things go our way, and I think that has created a huge imbalance right now. So it's sort of like we all need to pull our pieces back into ourselves. We all need to pull all of those scattered pieces that we have cast out and paid you're paying attention to, because all it has done is create a sort of a vacuum or a suction on exactly what we don't want to see in our worlds. Okay, we really have to draw back our energy, pull it back into ourselves, and just be a little on the lighter side with other human beings right now. And I know that there is we're entitled to our opinions, but as long as we have opinions, that keeps us on the hook of being victim to the other energies around us, the other personalities around us, the other entities in our world. Okay, and we cannot continue to stay distracted, so we must pull our energy back to center, back to ourselves. Give the other guy a break, and if you don't want to give the other guy a break, at least give yourself a break by pulling your focus back into something that is more aligned with your purpose and more fundamentally relevant to your own personal journey in your life. Not the big picture, the micro. Okay, and this is going to be a time, even on a world scale, where that is really difficult to do, because the show is loud right now. The show has got a lot of colors right now. The show has got a lot of moving parts, and it's kind of hard to look away, but we you know what? That's what we're charged with. We really need to look away. And when you're finding yourself being overly judgmental of other people, just stop it. Just stop it and change your mode of thought, because we can organize and bring in the life that we want regardless of what's going on out there. Okay, we can do that. All right, I'm going to get off the mirror card just for a second and see what else the grace cards have for us. And I'm working on my setup. I would love to have a table, so I can lay out more cards and have you all be able to see the cards. And I'm so fundamentally non-adept at tech that even when I go in and ask questions about how to do a multi-camera setup, I can't even get the videos that I want because my questions are not correct. Okay, 2 cards came out, you guys, and that is not normal, but yay, we'll take them. I got Valor and Vision. Valor and Vision. That's some serious color synergy, y'all. Yeah, it is. And it is a Thor day here. I think it's a Thor day. I don't even know what day of the week it is. Let me see. Excuse me. Yeah, because that full moon in Taurus is on a Friday on the Julian calendar on the 15th if you're not in the United States or around the United States. So we got the Mirror card, we got Valor, and we got Vision. I'm going to read this one. Be courageous. The unmistakable touch of grace will follow us wherever we go. Yeah, be courageous and take your focus back to yourself. Don't feel like you need to go out and fix everything right now. It's not, you can't do it, okay? So if you're feeling really frustrated right now, it's because you're scattering yourself and you're putting your energy into something that you cannot change at the moment with that vibration, all right? So be brave enough to look away. That's the message that I'm being given, okay? Y'all, I got to do a little bit of an adjustment real quick. Please forgive me. Well, I'm in recovery from this stroke. It's been a protracted recovery, and all of a sudden I'm doing the fundamentals. My body is really starting to react well. I'm starting to sweat like a normal person, which is really going to help me outside because I couldn't tell when I'm hot, and which is kind of treacherous. And I'm also having hot flashes. Having a hot flash, please bear with me. Okay, so Valor is our second card. I'm going to put that down right now and read the vision card. This is so beautiful, y'all. And this is funny because I feel like a polar kind of energy right here, because I'm telling you to pull your literal focus away from the world, but that is in order to have a bigger vision on the real picture, which is you and your life. Okay, it says, pay attention. There are signs, symbols, and messages divinely placed in our path to guide us in the right direction. You're not going to see any of that if you've got your focus on something that you absolutely can't change, certainly with any kind of anxiety-ridden vibration. Okay? So, if you can't manage to flip your switch into that happy place right now, especially it's because you're feeding yourself with all of this stuff that's absolutely I had the word and it just escaped, but it's absurd. Okay, it's an absurdity, it's an oddity, and I really believe it's a concerted effort of the lower vibrations on this planet to keep those of light distracted from the true purpose. I mean, this is the show of shows right here on the world stage. So to get a clearer vision over your own scenario, over your own dynamics, over your own path, start looking around you. Start looking inward at your deal and how your vibration is carried in a day. Start paying attention to how you actually feel. And if you're not feeling good, then whatever it is you're feeding yourself, and it's not always just food, it's what we hear, what we see, what we allow ourselves to come in contact with, well, then that's got to change, and you're the only one who can do that. Okay? You're in control of your focus. And right now, it's critical that we all figure out how to rip ourselves away from the big train wreck or the big accident on the side of the road, and start paying attention to where we're driving ourselves, to where our own little car is going, to where our own little ship is going. Okay? It's this. I've got 3 years of a message on that, and I feel like it's all been leading up to this point. Now it's time to use that skill of being able to flip your switch purposefully on your behalf. Because all of what is going on out there is not going to change the dynamics in your personal life for the better until you are a willing participant in that. Okay? And the only way to do that, unless you're just superhuman, you can't take all that in and do what you need to do for your positive momentum forward. You can't do it. It's sort of like depression, and I get that question all the time. Well, you're saying try and align with your happiness so that you can bring more happiness, but what about depression? What about depression? We all feel down sometimes, but we all are charged with the duty of pulling our focus out of whatever it is that's causing that sentiment in our world, that vibration in our world, and focusing on something else that doesn't do that to us. And you can drug yourself up all day long. You can allow the system to drug you up all day long, and it still won't work. When it comes down to those brass tacks, we have to do these things for ourselves, and we are charged with that. And yes, it's legitimate. Depression actually exists, but depression can't exist when we are purposefully focused on joy. You can't do the two simultaneously. And in that same vein, you cannot continue to focus on world dramatics or socio-dramatics and fix or direct your own life. Not fix your life, but direct your own energy, to direct your own momentum. Okay? So it's really important right now to pull it all in, because we're right on the heels of huge manifestation energy. Saturn going direct, which means all of the stuff that you're letting come into your psyche, which creates the way you feel, all of that stuff is going to manifest. All of that sentiment will be concrete in the world for you and for anybody else. So if you want to see a brighter day, this is the moment right now. Harness this moment right now, the earth energy of the Taurus full moon. Saturn going direct. You know, we're in a heavy, I want to talk about this Mercury retrograde too, because I was just going to tell you right now. The drag, they call it the shadow phase of the Mercury retrograde, that will start officially doing its thing on the 25th of November, which is my birthday, thanks. It may as well be right now. At least in my world, I'm feeling heavy, and I mean gravity, heavy effects of the Mercury retrograde already. Okay, so to mitigate or waylay or balance out the effects of all of this stuff happening, really direct your thoughts so that your feelings align with the best scenario in your head. Okay, if you gotta ignore it, you gotta ignore anything that causes you so high anxiety that it's dominating your attention. Okay, because we are the curators of our little art gallery that is our lives, and just pick what paintings you want to hang in your world right now. Okay, so here's 3 beautiful cards du jour. It's not a weekly reading, but it's just general energy through this massive turn, this celestial event that's going on. And also there's other stuff, Pluto's changing signs, which will help immensely. We're heading into the true age of Aquarius right now, which is for the people. That energy is for the people. It's no longer going to be, and this is going to last for a long time. We've been in an energy where the amplification of energies has been set into like governmental structures and the old guard, and the dominion of the few over the many. Well, that's about to get all flipped out. So hopefully that will make you feel better and give you some enthusiasm to really do this work right now for yourselves and your personal journeys. And when you do that, you really will be helping the collective shift its focus to really lose that old guard energy and move into a for the people kind of vibe. Okay, this whole thing that's happening right now on the world stage, they don't want this age of Aquarius to take hold. Okay, they don't want that. They like it. They like for the few to be dominating the many. Okay, they like that. And they ain't happy about all of this planetary shifting. They don't like this. And we need to come along with that energy, all right? So you got mirror. Just remember, you know what, no matter what, just have a little bit of peace about yourself, about your general populace around you, your friends, your family. Even if they disagree with you, even if you disagree with them, just remember we're all made of the same substance. And even if you don't engage with someone, at least settle yourself inside, because any of that animosity or anxiety that you feel toward other people, it's just going to start to mirror in your own world. You don't need that. Okay, so have a little bit of compassion, mostly for yourself. And when you have that for yourself, you'll have it for other people. Okay, it's a big time. I mean, it just is. And valor, for me, spiritually picking up on, it says be courageous, the unmistakable touch of grace will follow us wherever we go. Well, I really feel like that's a personalized situation right now. Be brave. And there is some Leo energy that's going to help us. I can't remember. I don't remember, but we are being supported in this. We're totally being supported in standing up in our own grace. Okay, standing up in our own strength, okay, and being brave enough to be our authentic selves within our own realm, so as not to attract this negative, these negative darts of distraction. Okay, and then also we got the vision card. Okay, while you're doing all this shifting of your vibe, pay attention around you. Pay attention when you're watching the clock. Pay attention when you're going by a road sign. Pay attention when you get a little message on your phone. Pay attention. There are signs, symbols, and messages divinely placed in our path to guide us in the right direction. Anytime I see like recurring numbers, the multiple numbers, I immediately try and remember what I just thought about. And I immediately start to look around my surroundings and just see if something pops out for me. Okay, so maybe you can be a little more purposeful in settling yourself at those moments of, you know, it's a synchronization. You find a feather, stop right there. What were you just thinking of? Okay, that's how you make the most of the synchronizations. Is like, great, find a feather. What does that mean? Does that mean I should go down this literal sidewalk some more when I was just going to go in this business? Not necessarily. It's usually about how we're feeling. Like a lot of times, okay, here's a funny thing. You know, I was stuck in the house for a very long time. And as soon as I could start looking at a screen, my goal was to get myself out of the house so I could play golf again, so I could feel free again. That was one of my favorite things to do, just go out by myself and just, you know, play a couple of holes of golf. So in my mind, that's what I always visualized. And I totally lost my train of thought, so maybe I'm not supposed to tell you that. Okay, and it might come back because, you know, that's just the way those things go. But pay attention to how you're feeling when you notice a synchronicity, and slow down in your day enough to notice the synchronicity. Okay, and gosh, I don't even know what that golf message was about, but I'm going to let it go. You know, I'm just going to let it go. Now, here's our Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. I did shuffle all my cards last night before I ever even considered coming on, but I'm going to give them one more little distribution. Oh, dang it. You know, when you do that, it's going to bug me for the rest of the day, and then I'm going to remember it in a couple of hours and want to come back on camera and tell you. I don't know. It was really just about recognizing the signs and then really stopping a minute and just, what was I feeling? I was going to tell you this. I spent a lot of time inside. And so I started, when I could see a screen, I started playing virtual golf. Well, when I'm not in a good mood, or I'm having anxiety, or I'm a little pissy, or whatever it is, I play terrible virtual golf. And when I'm feeling really good about myself and I just go and log on and I'm like hitting close to aces and I'm doing stuff, I realize I'm already in a good mood, and that is directing the way I'm playing. So just remember that. You know, if you've got stuff to do in your life, remember that the way you feel, I'm so glad I remembered that, y'all. The way you feel really does direct outcome in anything that we do, okay? Now, at the bottom of the deck, oh, Lord, girls and boys, 29, seeing the true you. Is she naked? Okay, she's not naked. Hey, YouTube. Seeing the true you. That's a beautiful card, and there's a lot of green in there, emerald green, and that's so Thor day. I mean, hello, synchronicity. Okay, what were we just thinking? Okay. All right, here's your card. Here's an oracle card. Oh, I love. Oh, I got chills. Okay, this couldn't be better. No, it couldn't. And it's number 8 from 17. What is already within you? That was my spirit message that I was given. I did a reading for myself late last night, and every single card I pulled out, 3 different decks. I'm practicing so that I can do a little bit more cardage for y'all. Every message was all about that you got what you got what you need. You got what you need. So don't wait around. Don't think you got to have this and you got to have that, or you need to be a better person, or you need to be taller, or you need to have better skin. You got everything you need right now to step up to the plate and manage your own life and bring in the things that you really think you need and think you want. And I say think, you know, because we think we want and we need stuff, and sometimes it's just not really in alignment. We don't know that because you can't possibly know that, because there's just so many mitigating factors and connectors to everything, you know. So what is already within you, number 17? I'm so glad I remembered that, y'all. Oh my goodness. Okay. What is already within you? You hold in your hand that which you seek. That's it. Okay, let's see. And don't forget, I will put these pages and this beautiful oracle card on the community page so that y'all can go and read the full thing. I'm not going to read the full thing here because I'm still trying to keep these videos a little bit shorter for you guys. Okay, look. You have everything you need. All you need to do is accept whatever it is you think you don't have, okay? And act with what you have available to you. You are rich, you are bountiful, you are abundant. You say that to yourself 3 times a day, okay? This is good news. That's a good way to flip your switch too, because that energy is so different in being in need to just telling yourself, you know what, this is what I've got right here. This is what I've been given right now. So I'm going to use what I've been given. And when you act in that vibration, whatever it is that you think you need to assist you will show. Okay. All right. And it might not seem like you have much to start with. Perhaps you feel that all you have is a small, simple choice to make, or a simple palette from which to work. Perhaps you have a song to begin, or an email to send, a conversation to start, or a sketch to let loose. That's my world, sketch to let loose. However small, it's enough to get the ball rolling. You know, my friend keeps badgering me to walk around the block, you know, because I'm in rehab. Well, you know what? The city block is not exactly where I want to walk around for my rehab. So what I did is I realized that I do need to get out. I need to do that. I need to spread my little wings. So what I did is I found a very close by park that is so remote in early mornings. It's right next to the ocean, and it's fantastic. It is a perfect. So I made it my own. And in that way, I use that valor energy to accept the information, be strong enough within myself to realize that I'm being given good information, but make it my own, and to scout out on my own, and to turn the suggestion into something that I could actually work with. Okay? This oracle also comes with a special guidance for you. You are more ready than you think you are. You are more prepared than you realize. You don't need an entire army of resources to move ahead. Amen. Although you may find that when you do move, many resources suddenly become apparent, which is what I just said. Start working with what you got. Stop focusing on what ain't here. Focus on what you've got, and that will grow for you. Okay? This is so cute, y'all. In the healing process, it says, hug yourself by wrapping your arms around your body. Can you summon love for yourself? Oh, okay. I'm not going to go through that. And it's really not a long one. But I mean, you know what? You don't need an entire army of resources to move ahead. Although you might find that when you do move, resources suddenly become apparent. That's your key line right there, okay? That's your directive. That was my spirit message. Start with what you've got. Don't think that you're missing anything. Because if you start to focus on what you think you're missing, then you're coming from a space of lack. When you're coming from a space of lack, you're creating more, okay? So feel the richness of what you've got going on, and who you are, and how far you've come. Be blessed in that. Stay strong in that. Use your valor to go forward with what you've already got, and watch. I promise you, watch it all just blow up for you in the best way possible. Okay. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Tomorrow's the big full moon. Okay. Get yourself in order, get your mind in order, get your emotions in order. Pull your attention away from the screen right now if you can, okay? If you can do it, do it. It'll make all the difference in the world and how your life, transitions through this big epic phase that we're in and starts to manifest in your own eventuals, okay? This is work that we must do right now if we want for the next 2 years to pan out in a really fruitful way for us, okay? These energies are hard on us, but they're also really promising for us, and it's all about your perception. So make sure that you got your head right, all right? Make sure that you know how valuable your attention is. They don't call it paying attention for nothing. Attention is the currency of the universe, and every time you focus on something that you don't want, you're paying with your soul, you're paying with your future. you're paying with your prospects of good manifestations in your world. Okay, so take your eyes off the big wreck on the side of the road. Dial in on your own steering wheel. Look straight ahead on your own path, and just get through this little turn of energy. Things are going to start to, believe it or not, toward the end of this month, November of 2024, things are going to start to feel a little bit softer. Even though we're going to be in that Mercury retrograde, you know, just do the regular things. If you're going to be traveling, double check your plans. Don't flip out when you might encounter delays or glitches in emails or anything like that. Just know it's part of the package. And then it won't be such a big deal for you, okay? All right, I love you so much. I do. Thank you for being here. If you want to hit that thumbs up, that's great. If you want to share this video, please do. It's always nice if you subscribe, and I will see y'all soon.